Every single organization out there, whether it's a tiny startup or a global giant, is on a constant quest for talent. So today, we're going to break down their entire playbook, from searching inside their own walls to exploring the great wide open. Let's dive right in.
All right, let's kick things off with a scenario that, well, probably hits a little too close to home for some of you. Your star player, the one you can always count on, just walked in and handed you their resignation. It's a huge problem, right? And that exact moment, that's where the whole quest for talent really begins.
So when we talk about recruitment, what do we actually mean? It's so much more than just throwing a job ad online. It's a whole strategic process. It's about attracting the right people in the right numbers and at the right time. And then, and this is key, you've got to make them want to apply. That's the bedrock for everything else we're going to talk about.
Now, before you even think about looking outside the company, the very first and maybe the smartest step on this quest is to look inward. Because the exact talent you need, it might already be on your team, just waiting for a chance to shine. This is all about internal recruitment.
Okay, so how do you find these hidden gems inside your own company? Well, there are a few key ways. You can dig into your HR databases to look for skills you didn't know people had. You can post the job internally for everyone to see, or even let employees bid on the opening. But there's one method here that is an absolute standout.
And that method is employee referrals. Seriously, it is, hands down, the #1 way people find a new job. And the reason it's so powerful is pretty simple. When a current employee vouches for someone, that candidate usually comes in better qualified, they fit the culture better, and they tend to stick around longer. It's like the ultimate cheat code in the quest for talent. But look, sometimes the person you need just isn't in the building. Maybe you have an entry-level spot to fill, or maybe you're desperate for some brand new skills and fresh perspectives. That's when it's time to venture out into the great wide open of external recruitment.
Okay, before we go any further, we need to get this one distinction straight. We have sources and we have methods. Think of it like this. Sources are where you find the people, the pools of talent. Methods are how you get their attention, the tools you use to reel them in. Let's start with the where.
And the where is incredibly diverse. You've got your usual suspects, of course, like colleges and universities. But really savvy recruiters are looking everywhere. At competitors, at military personnel with amazing work ethics, and even at their own former employees. Some sources, like ex-offenders, are a really valuable and often overlooked talent pool that can be a huge win for certain industries.
Let's talk about competitors for a second. When you need someone with very specific experience who can just jump in and get to work on day one, sometimes the fastest way is to go straight to the source. This is called poaching. And yeah, it sounds aggressive, but it's a super common strategy for finding experts in your field.
This points to a huge shift in how companies think. It used to be that when you left a company, that was it, door closed. But today, smart employers are actively trying to get their best former employees to come back. It's called boomeranging, and it's brilliant. Because you already know they can do the job, and they already know your company culture. It's a win-win.
Okay, so we know where to look. Now let's talk about how you actually attract those people. These are the classics, the time-tested methods you probably recognize. Things like job fairs, where you can meet a ton of people at once, or internships, which are an amazing bridge between learning and doing.
Now, I want to zero in on executive search firms, or as most people call them, headhunters. What makes them so special is that they aren't just finding people who are out of work. No, they specialize in finding what we call passive candidates. These are the top-tier pros who are already successful in another job, but might just be tempted to leave for that perfect once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Those traditional methods absolutely still have their place, but let's be real. Technology has completely rewritten the rules of the game. It's time to enter the digital age and look at the brand new toolkit for this talent quest.
And it's not just changing, it is accelerating. The world of online and mobile recruiting is moving at light speed. It's totally revolutionizing how companies find people and how people find jobs. And frankly, if you're not keeping up, you are getting left in the dust.
This new digital toolkit is massive. A company's own career website is now a powerhouse for attracting talent. Then you've got the huge job boards like Monster.com, virtual job fairs that let you recruit from anywhere in the world, and even specialized internet recruiters who do nothing but hunt for talent online.
So we've covered looking inside your company, and we've covered looking outside. But what if the next step on the quest isn't really a step at all? What if the absolute best solution to your problem is to not hire anyone new? This is the unexpected detour, the alternatives to recruitment. Instead of jumping into a full-blown hiring process, you could use overtime with your current staff to get through a busy patch. Or you could outsource an entire department to an external company that specializes in that work. You could even try onshoring, which means keeping the job in the country, but moving it to a city where costs are lower. These options can be way faster and cheaper.
All right, so you've done it. You've found someone new, or you promoted from within, or you found a clever alternative. The quest is over, right? Well, not quite. The final, crucial stage is to actually measure your success. How do you know if you really did a good job?
And this is where data is your best friend. Look, these metrics aren't just about getting a grade. They're about defining what success even means. Sure, things like cost per hire and turnover rate are important for efficiency, but a metric like hiring manager satisfaction, that gets to the real heart of it. A truly successful quest isn't just about filling a role quickly and cheaply. It's about finding someone who makes the whole team better.
And all of this brings us to the final and most important question. Recruitment isn't just some administrative chore to fill an empty chair. It is a strategic mission. So as you think about this whole process, you have to ask yourself, are you just filling jobs, or are you truly on a quest to find and win the absolute best talent out there? Because really, the answer to that question makes all the difference.